Why Rush Hour 2 is the ultimate action comedy. Hollywood Insiders. Headline: Welcome back to Hollywood Insiders. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the 2001 smash hit, Rush Hour 2. Body: Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker returned for a sequel that was faster, funnier, and more action-packed than the original. From the crowded streets of Hong Kong to the flashy lights of Las Vegas, we look at the incredible chemistry between Inspector Lee and Detective Carter. In this episode, we spotlight the insane bamboo wall fight sequence, behind-the-scenes trivia, how an extra almost got the movie investigated by the FBI, Zhang Ziyi's Hollywood debut, why this buddy cop comedy is more re-watchable than most, whether you love the bloopers or the high-octane stunts, Rush Hour to Solidified a legendary duo. Do you think it's better than the first? Let us know in the comments. Rush Hour 2 is one of the greatest and most re-watchable action comedies of all time. Tarantino once talked about how re-watching Dazed and Confused was like catching up with old friends, and that's how I feel watching. Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 1 was a bit more drama and realism, and Rush Hour 3 was a little too much comedy, but was Rush Hour 2 was J-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-U-S-T right, the perfect balance of comedy and serious action. Chris Tucker is on fire and Jackie Chan is in his prime. You can definitely tell the two of them have a good friendship even off screen, and it makes for a better viewing when they're on screen. Normally, I find action comedies have fairly so-so action set pieces, but even after all these years, I'm still super impressed with the bamboo wall action sequence. The only stain on the movie is Brett Ratner, who hasn't exactly had the best time since this movie was released. Lastly, I could watch the bloopers of this movie all day long. Here's the link for those of you who want to see Zhang Ziyi's role in Rush Hour 2. Zhang Ziyi's role as Hu Li in Rush Hour 2 is one of her most iconic performances. Here's a succinct guide to what Redditors think about it. Portrayal and the movie itself. Hu Li's memorable lines. Final lines. Zhang Ziyi's character, Hu Li, has a significant moment where she speaks in Chinese. A Redditor translated her lines as, "You two bastards, you wanted us to die. Now I do it myself. I am doing this on my own now. Do you want an apple?" Another memorable line is when she offers an apple, which is a setup for a fight scene. Do you want an apple? Hu Li's character and performance, villainous charm. Zhang Ziyi's portrayal of Hu Li is often praised for its balance of charm and danger. Loved her in Memoirs of a Geisha. Absolutely one of my favorite movies. Fight scenes. Her fight scenes with Chris Tucker are particularly noted. Zhang Ziyi versus Chris Tucker, Rush Hour to fight scene. Zhang Ziyi's career beyond Rush Hour 2. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This movie is frequently mentioned as another highlight of her career. Crouching Tiger and House of the Flying Daggers are what come to mind, but it's been a while. House of Flying Daggers, another acclaimed role that earned her recognition. House of Flying Daggers is pure cinema. Love it on every level. Fun facts and trivia. Bilingual backfire. Zhang Ziyi was unaware that the girl understood everything she said in Chinese, leading to a humorous bilingual backfire moment. Zhang Ziyi was unaware that the girl understood everything she said in Chinese. Have you ever heard of bilingual backfire? Learning English, Zhang Ziyi later studied English, which was a significant step in her career. She didn't speak much English at that time and had Jackie Chan help her out. Rush Hour 2 is a beloved action comedy, and like many films, it has its share of interesting behind-the-scenes stories and bloopers. Here are some notable insights from Redditors. bloopers, and on-set fun. Iconic bloopers. The blooper reel for Rush Hour 2 is almost as famous as the movie itself. One Redditor highlighted a classic moment, DANN. He ain't gone being Rush Hour 3 iconic bloopers. The Filth Fish. Another memorable blooper involved. Chris Tucker struggling with the phrase, "Gefilte fish," leading to a hilarious exchange. "You want some of this?" "What is this?" Director. Behind the scenes details. Hu Li's last words. Zhang Ziyi's character, Hu Li, has an intense final scene where she speaks in Chinese. A Redditor translated her lines. "You two bastards, you wanted us to die. Now I do it myself. I am doing this on my own now." Statue incident. During a fight scene, a crew member was visible holding up a statue to prevent it from falling over. In Rush Hour 2, when Carter is being stabbed by Hu Li's sword and being pushed into a statue, there is a crew member holding it up so it doesn't fall over. Actor insights. Zhang Ziyi's role. Zhang Ziyi's portrayal of Hu Li was noted for its intensity and physical demands. A Redditor mentioned Zhang Ziyi was unaware that the girl understood everything she said in Chinese. Have you ever heard of bilingual backfire? Chris Tucker's flirting. Chris Tucker's character, Carter, is known for his persistent flirting, even in life-threatening situations. Carter's persistence in flirting with her even when she's trying to kill him is hilarious. Fun facts. Hu Li's name meaning. The name Hu Li translates to fox in Chinese, which adds a layer of irony to her character. No idea, but Hu Li means fox. Movie popularity. Despite its age, Rush Hour 2 remains a beloved film for many. Every time I catch this movie on TNT, TBS, etc., I end up watching it. Rush Hour 2, the action comedy sequel starring Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, features a variety of exciting filming locations. Here are some of the key spots where the movie was filmed. Los Angeles, California. The Red Dragon Casino. The iconic casino scene was filmed at the Desert Inn Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, which has since been demolished. The Red Dragon Casino scene was filmed at the Desert Inn Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Hong Kong. Victoria Harbor. Several scenes were shot around Victoria Harbor, showcasing the stunning Hong Kong skyline. Kick the door down, Jackie. His name is Lee Galant. Central District. Various street scenes were filmed in the bustling Central District. Carter's brown alligator suit is sold. Miami, Florida. Miami Beach. The movie includes scenes set on Miami Beach, adding a vibrant tropical backdrop to the action. I cannot believe I flew 10,000 miles for this shit. Other notable locations. Paris, France, although not a primary filming location. There are references and brief scenes set in Paris. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Solidified. Rush Hour 2 is a beloved action comedy, and its filming locations add a touch of authenticity and excitement to the movie. Here are some trivia facts about the locations featured in Rush Hour 2. Hong Kong. Street vendor scene. One of the most memorable scenes involves a street vendor blowing at a chickens while trying to sell it to Chris Tucker. This practice is believed to indicate the quality of the chicken. You blow on the butt to prove that it's a chicken raised for the table, and not a laying hen that is all washed up. I think Los Angeles. Opening scene. The movie kicks off in Los Angeles before transitioning to Hong Kong. This won't work, I'm not 6'1". Other locations. Trivia night. While not directly related to Rush Hour 2, trivia nights are a popular way to test knowledge about movies and other topics. Vienna has a great trivia night on Wednesdays at Hawk and Griffin. Fun facts. Movie details. The movie includes several subtle details, such as the afro and mustache on Detective Carter's badge, which were added in post-production. The afro and mustache in the photo on Detective Carter's badge were added as an afterthought in post-production. Rush Hour 2 is a beloved action comedy that has garnered a significant fan base since its release in 2001. Here are some key insights and trivia about the movie based on discussions from Redditors. General reception and iconic elements. Fan favorite status. The movie is often hailed as a top-tier action comedy. One Redditor noted, "There is something about the Rush Hour sequels. I keep going back to it and I never grow bored of it at all. And I know for a fact it's not just me. It's a fan favorite." Chemistry and comedy. The impeccable chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker is a highlight. Impeccable chemistry between Jackie and Chris Tucker. Well, choreographed action, top-tier comedy. What else does an action comedy even need? Memorable dialogues. The movie is filled with iconic lines, such as "I'll slap you so hard, you'll end up in the Ming Dynasty," and "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" Production and setting. Timeline. The movie is technically set in the late 1990s. Actually, the plot for the second movie was actually set not long after the events of the first movie. Towards the end of the first film, Carter and Lee were going to Hong Kong for a vacation. Cultural insights. One notable scene involves a street vendor blowing at a chickens, which is a local practice to determine the quality of the chicken. Locals believe that the butthole can tell them about the quality of the chicken. Trivia and fun facts. Don Cheadle's cameo. The movie features a memorable cameo by Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's cameo is iconic. Gefilte fish reference. Chris Tucker's character, Carter, learns about gefilte fish in the movie. I learned what gefilte fish is from our H2LOL. Rush Hour 2 was a significant box office success, surpassing its predecessor in both domestic and worldwide performance. Here's a succinct guide to its box office performance, based on insights from Redditors. Box office performance highlights. Opening weekend record. The movie broke the then August opening weekend record with $67.4 million. Rush Hour 2 opened 20 years ago today. The 90 meters sequel broke the then August opening weekend record with 67.4 meters and finished with 226 meters domestic and 347 meters worldwide, giving it a strong increase in box office and admissions over its predecessor. This made it the fourth biggest opening weekend of all time at its release. Fun fact, this film at its release was the fourth biggest opening weekend of all time. Domestic and worldwide totals. Domestic box office, down by Arshidoo million. 226 mil domestic is a pretty big deal. Didn't know Rush Hour was this huge in USA. Worldwide box office, Sambai Sishitsi million. Rush Hour 2 opened 20 years ago today. The 90 meters sequel broke the then August opening weekend record with 67.4 meters and finished with 226 meters domestic and 347 meters worldwide, giving it a strong increase in box office and admissions over its predecessor. Budget and profitability. Budget, $90 million. Rush Hour 2 opened 20 years ago today. The 90 meters sequel broke the then August opening weekend record with 67.4 meters and finished with 226 meters domestic and 347 meters worldwide, giving it a strong increase in box office and admissions over its predecessor. The movie was highly profitable, significantly exceeding its budget. Factors contributing to success: popularity and rewatchability. The movie's humor and action sequences, especially the blooper reel, contributed to its popularity and rewatchability. The movies are great, but the bloopers are hysterical. Strong fan base. The Rush Hour franchise had a strong fan base that appreciated the buddy cop. Dynamics of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. My family to this day still quotes all three movies. We watched them so much growing up. Comparisons and context. vs. Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2. Significantly outperformed the first movie, which grossed $244 million worldwide against $33 Australian to $35 million budget. 25 years ago this week, Rush Hour debuted in US theaters. The Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker buddy cop comedy became an unlikely box office mega hit, grossing $160 against a $100 budget. vs. Rush Hour 3, Rush Hour 3 had a higher budget of $140 million, but only grossed $258 million worldwide, indicating diminishing returns. Rush Hour San Arding Lindsay, $258 million worldwide, $140 million budget. Additional fun facts: prop money incident. Approximately $1 billion in convincing prop money was used, and some bills escaped destruction, ending up in circulation, till that in 2001, during the filming of Rush Hour 2 in Las Vegas, about $1 billion in convincing prop money was blown up during a scene, but some bills escaped destruction and ended up in circulation. Rush Hour 2 has received a mixed bag of critical reviews, but many viewers and Redditors have praised it for its entertainment value, humor, and action. Here's a succinct guide to what people are saying about Rush Hour 2. Positive reviews. Entertaining and rewatchable. Many Redditors find Rush Hour to highly entertaining and rewatchable. One Redditor mentioned, "I know I'm probably not breaking news, but watching this movie for the first time was a lot of fun. Great chemistry. The chemistry between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan is a highlight for many. Chris Tucker is on fire and Jackie Chan is in his prime. You can definitely tell the two of them have a good friendship, even off screen, and it makes for a better viewing when they're on screen." Memorable quotes. The movie is filled with memorable quotes and bloopers that add to its charm. His name is Lee Goddammit, and damn, he ain't going to be in Rush Hour 3. Are frequently cited. Action and stunts. Jackie Chan's stunt work is highly praised. Normally, I find action comedies have fairly so-so action set pieces, but even after all, some critics and Redditors have pointed out the movie's reliance on racial stereotypes and humor, which might not sit well with today's audience. The average experience for a racist watching these films was haha. Black people do act that way. Plot incoherency. The movie's plot is often described as simplistic and at times incoherent. The story and dialogue is just okay, but they gave Chris free rein to make the lines his own, and it worked. Direction. The director, Brett Ratner, has faced criticism for his off-screen behavior, which has cast a shadow over the movie for some. The only stain on the movie is Brett Ratner, who hasn't exactly had the best time since this movie was released. Overall consensus: Rush Hour 2 is generally seen as a fun, action-packed comedy with great performances and memorable moments. While it has its flaws, particularly in its use of racial humor and a somewhat weak plot, it remains a beloved buddy cop film for many.